everyone, I'm Josh Dean.
And I'm Paul Hungerford. Welcome to Drone Center.
On this edition of Drone Center, we'll revisit highlights from the DR1 Invitational presented by Mountain Dew, where 12 pilots took on each other and the Sepulveda Dam.
And Josh, you were the co-host there, is that right?
I was fortunate enough to co-host the event with Mr. Steele Davis himself, and I got to tell you, Paul, it was a fantastic adventure.
Well, I can't wait to hear all the details. We're also going to look at this week's recent racing events as well as the latest in drone news. So, let's hit the air, shall we?
Austin Multi-GP held the Multi-GP Region 4A Finals in the Lone Star State. The qualifying race went to Noah G, taking first place with 24 points. Reclaw and Pino came in second and third places with 19 and 16 points respectively. Brain Drain took top prize in the finals race with 33 points. Adma 20 was hot on his tail with 32 points, and 32 Bits of Gill came in third with 25 points.
Utah FPV Racing hosted the Drone Days of Summer, where FPV Provo took first place, while Spencer 2 and Moto Shane rounded out the top three racers.
The first annual Alabama FPV Multi-Rotor Shootout and Multi-GP 2A Qualifier took place at the Huntsville Hellaflyers Field in Huntsville, Alabama. Hosted by Rocket City FPV Racing, Bird Dog and Sogo both took top position with 21 points, while Finn FPV followed closely behind with 18. Jacksonville, Florida was home to the Skies, Flies, and Zip Ties event hosted by Jacksonville FPV Racing. Of the 14 pilots, Hyper FPV took the top prize with 31 points, while Leapin' Larry and Utter Multirotors battled it out for second and third with 25 and 24 points each.
The Full Throttle Race and Fun Fly took place in Milford, Ohio, hosted by the Cincinnati Quad Racers. 23 pilots entered, but it was Savage FPV who took first place with Paz and Old Soap coming in second and third.
In the news this week, the Falcon FPV 300, the first racing drone designed for beginners, hit Kickstarter this month. A competitively priced drone designed with a new pilot in mind. With a goal of $30,000, the campaign already has 21 backers and just under $9,000 pledged, with 34 days to go. We here at Drone Center wish them all the best.
Lumineer presented the 2016 Multi-GP Florida Regional Final in Davie, Florida, with $2,500 in cash prizes, $1,000 for first place and $1,000 for the fastest lap. Navahawk took first place with 33 points, Noel B and Racing Soul followed with 30 points each.
If you're an aerial photographer, then Dronestagram is likely your Instagram. They recently announced the winners of their third aerial photography contest. In a partnership with National Geographic, more than 6,000 images were submitted, and the results are breathtaking. M. Byrne Holt was the first prize winner in Nature and Wildlife. This gorgeous shot was taken above the Calbyrus Forest in Denmark. F. Catuto took first prize in the travel category. This breathtaking shot was taken above Basilica of St. Francis of Assisi in Umbria, Italy. Finally, Max Siegel was the first prize winner in the Sports and Adventure category. This death-defying image comes from Moab rock climbing in Utah.
The UK Drone Show returns to Birmingham's NEC on the 3rd and 4th of December and looks to be bigger and better than the previous year. Already known as Europe's largest gathering of UAV and drone pilots, enthusiasts, and professionals, the UK Drone Show is the one-stop shop for the best in consumer drone technology and FPV.
After rumors of a split between the International Drone Racing Association, the IDRA, and Rotorsports, now the Drone Sports Association, our friend Sebastian Bean of ThirdLawSports.com interviewed Justin Haggerty, IDRA's founder, and confirmed that the two companies have indeed gone their separate ways. IDRA will no longer have any involvement in the 2016 U.S. Drone Racing National Championship in New York, the 2016 World Drone Racing Championships in Hawaii, or Drone Sports Association's involvement with ESPN. Visit ThirdLawSports.com for the full interview.
Now let's revisit the DR1 Invitational. They came, they saw, they flew like the wind. But it was Banny UK who walked away with first place at the DR1 Invitational. We asked the pilots, now that the dust has settled, if you could say a few words about the DR1 event, what would you say? Sean Night Fury Taylor said DR1, where the real race begins.
Bapu FPV Madhu had this to say, the most impressive drone racing event thus far, with an amazing show of talent by some of the best pilots around the world.
Chad Final Glide Oz Nowak said, for me, it was the first truly fun and original track I've flown. Really enjoyed it.
Then the Twitch Picks winner, Johnny FPV Share, had this to add. Quote, "The DR1 Invitational was an absolute treat to be a part of. The Sepulveda Dam was such an epic location and it made for great head-to-head racing. The camaraderie between all involved was something special, and every aspect of the event was done professionally. The bar has been set."
Now let's take a quick look back.
Everyone get excited! This is going to Jonathan!
Wait, we're not shaking yet.
I've got to be perfectly honest. The track that we had there, I'd love to race it again.
Yeah,
it was a really
fun.
fun
It was one of the
track.
best ones I've ever seen.
It was fun.
So
You
if,
actually made use of three-dimensional
Yeah.
space
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the actual environment around it
And
instead of
I-
just staying on the ground.
I think the big thing that I took away from this, the track designers used the topography well. If you go to an area and you find an interesting location and you use the topography to your advantage, it makes it so much more interesting. Taking that into consideration, the time that they had, I absolutely loved that
Yeah.
track. It was probably the top track I've ever raced at.
I can't wait for the next
It's
one.
topped
Yeah.
any event I've seen yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
You
it's
know
like-
I think they set some precedents for other
Yeah.
people to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, and you do realize, like, when we're leaving, you know, you kind of feel like you wanted to do a few more laps. you know?
Can we just do
Yeah.
some more now?
Sometimes towards the end of the day, I'm like, I just want to get out of here. I don't want to even fly. But that one, it felt like, oh man, I want to go again. I want to
Yeah.
try this again. You know.
This is probably the first race or event where the pilot was actually, I felt really appreciated as a pilot. Like the pilot feedback, input, they were
Yeah.
listening.
We have like a bunch of like presents on the table waiting for us.
Yeah.
People asking you what you want. It's just small details that kind of like make the difference.
Backpacks that had our names
Yeah.
stitched
Not
on
just
it.
any
Yeah.
backpack, the exact backpack that I use.
And it just kept getting better. You
Yeah.
opened a backpack and there were more gifts inside. You know, we got...
It's the small things.
Yeah, right.
Instead of being one teaser for the event, there were two teasers.
Yeah, one for each day.
One
Yeah.
for each day.
Yeah.
Those little things, though.
But even the other little things, like you go to the event and they're providing water and drink and all that sort of stuff, so that you don't have to go looking for it.
Yeah, you don't
And
have to ask.
It was interesting for me as well
Look,
because
that's why I wore it. That's why I wanted to show up. It has my name on the back. I feel special.
you're famous.
I am. Mountain Dew stepped in and basically validated the sport. You know, they came in
Yeah.
and said, this is legit. We want in on it. And I think what's going to happen now is this is going to pave a road for, you know, for this to get bigger and other people that want
To me,
get
this
into
is like the first time that a non-quad related company is getting into this in a big way.
More companies like that will jump on too. Like Target is sponsoring skateboarders now.
Really?
Yeah, Target. So and now Mountain Dew. I mean, it's just
And it
following in the
sucks.
same footsteps. Mountain Dew did skateboarding back in the day, and now skateboarding's getting Target. So I can only imagine that we'll have like Luke will be sponsored by Target in a couple weeks.
Definitely in this event, after when we were done with the event, I thought, okay, I'll do this again with
Yeah.
these people.
Brad Foxhaven, thank you very much for
I
putting this
think
whole thing
this
together.
really what has been sort of Brad's little baby right from the beginning. So he's the one that's sort of molding it into shape, and he's the one standing in the background.
For those of you who missed the official DR1 Invitational streams or simply want to watch again, next week the digital episodes launch on grindtv.com. One episode per week for 5 weeks.
Also, be sure to tune in August 6th at 7 p.m. on the Science Channel to see Josh, Mr. Steele, and all 12 pilots battle it out in all of their high-definition glory.
In the meantime, stay tuned to Twitch's DR1 Racing channel for Test Flight with Zoe FPV on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m., Drone Tech with Bapu FPV Fridays at 6 p.m., and next week, keep an eye out for 2 brand new drone shows on the AMP Energy channel and the Mountain Dew channel.
And that's it for this week's Drone Center. Until next week, keep flying.